welcome to April's Garage, the greatest automotive channel on all of YouTube. And we're at Hilton Head, kicking off the week at the Flights of Fancy.
The keys are in it.
Okay, and Tyler may be stealing this Ford GT. I'm not sure, but you did just get a car
I did.
that maybe you don't need this anymore.
No, I got the next step up of dream cars, the Bugatti Veyron. Yeah,
Right.
if you saw the video, it's a big deal.
Yeah, now you can be Veyron buddies with Ed.
Right.
Or Veyron brothers,
Is
not
that your
just
favorite
buddies.
car here? Because Ed's here with his Veyron.
Yeah, of course. I mean, come on. That tops it all, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a McLaren F1 here, so that kind of, yeah. Anyway, there's some crazy cars here at the Concours. We'll have multiple videos showing you some things, but you wanted to do your first man on the street segment, something you're famous for.
You can't say
and
man, just
Woman
like
on-
human
woman
on the street, right?
where April goes and asks people questions, and she proposed this for her first man on the street. And okay, so I got some paperwork when I was getting my loan for the Bugatti, and they said that I needed maybe $60,000. And I thought I was just going to do a sign and drive loan. I just paid off all the house stuff, all the credit cards from the house stuff, everything. So I didn't quite have the money, so I asked someone if I could borrow some money. And that was you.
Yes.
And you said yes immediately.
I did.
Because that's what supermodel fiancés do to their YouTuber fiancés all the time, right?
Right, yeah.
It's normal. It's a normal thing to do.
Well, and not that I'm getting cold feet about it, but I'm just getting a second opinion here with all like the real car people at this concourse. If I did the right thing or not, I don't know.
So you're going to ask people if you made the right decision loaning me money to buy a Bugatti Veyron. Which
Sounds about
I
right.
actually didn't need for the record, but I thought I did for a second. But I think I'm okay because this is car people, so it's my people, so I'm good. You have fun doing your thing and humiliating me by saying my woman needed to buy the car for me. It's fine. That's on brand. And yeah, have fun. There's Elvis's jet too.
Oh, we got to see that. All right, we'll see that later. Okay, so let's say, you're in love with your fiance and you just asked her to marry you, and then my fiance really needed a Bugatti Veyron, right?
So it was an emergency.
Emergency Veyron. And he says, I need you to take a loan out for $50,000, help him out, the last piece. Should I give it to him?
Hell to the no.
That's an oil change.
Your hair looks perfect. Okay, come on. And he starts crying and he loses it. And then what happens?
If it's for our grandchildren, he can have anything he wants.
Oh,
that's
okay.
the deal.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe a tiny little Bugatti Veyron, like a micro machine version of it. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, well, that's more than I make in a year, so that's not going to happen.
Can I ask you a question? So that's your baby behind you?
Yeah, it's a Spiker. It's a Dutch car from Holland.
What made you get that? Like, how'd you find it?
It found me. People always ask me that. I was searching for a car 14 years ago, and I fell in love with it,
Right.
and I bought it.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
How good of a boyfriend or fiance is he?
I'd say top. He's in the top percentile. I mean, you're good. How long does it take you to get ready?
5 hours usually.
Edward Bolian. Or is it Edwardian Bolian?
Edwardian. That's exactly right, yes.
Do you give it to her or not?
Of course.
Of course.
Of course you do.
You're a smart man. It's a good investment to give your fiance money for a Veyron, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. Go for it.
Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's say your husband comes home and he says, babe, darling, sugar, you look beautiful today. Here's the thing.
We've been married 43 years. I don't think he says that very often, but that's okay.
He's thinking
I'm
it.
clearing
He's
my mind.
thinking it because
Okay.
I'm thinking
Okay.
it. So now you're Bugatti brothers, apparently, right
Yes,
now with
yes.
Tyler Hoover.
Thanks to you, I hear.
Hi.
Hi.
You don't own a Bugatti, do you?
God, no. No.
What is it with these guys and their Bugattis?
I don't know. It seems to be like, it's a thing. It's a trend.
yeah.
Everybody's getting them. So who
Yeah.
wants to do it anymore?
Yeah,
It's
I
so
know.
over.
But if your wife or, fiance asks you for $50,000 to help you get a Veyron, what should one do? You got the Ed Bolian shirt going?
The second person who said that, I
Yeah.
consider it to be an
You're
Aaron
like,
Eisner
it's
shirt.
my thing.
Ed is rocking my look,
Right.
but I'm not charging him a royalty.
So you started it.
I did.
I would probably do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You would give it to her?
Good man.
Yeah. Because I'd get to drive it.
Okay. True.
No, well, that's a tough thing, isn't it? Like, do you have the 50 grand? Is that like something sitting around for you? It looks like it is.
I sold my house in Chicago.
Okay.
So I had some money.
All right.
And Tyler just had that look of a man needing a Veyron?
Well, Tyler has the look of needing a lot of things. Obviously, the man has a lot of needs and a lot of cars because of it.
You have to rock the socks.
The socks
The
are
socks
a very
are
important
key.
part.
Are key. Yes.
And you're looking on point right now.
I
You look
try.
better than me.
Thank you.
Oh, you absolutely co-signed that deal. I've done that. My wife bought our first Ferrari.
Wait a minute. What happened?
Yeah, I found a Ferrari. It was a great deal. It was $31,000. It didn't run, but T-Pain had given it to some musician named Jay Lyric for a birthday present, and it was stuck in the service bay at Ferrari of Atlanta. It was 31 grand. My wife happened to have that in her savings account. I very much did not, and she wrote that check. And through a bunch of flips, so we turned it into a $700,000 Murcielago.
Was she your wife then, or girlfriend, or fiance at the time?
We'd been married for a few months at that point.
Okay.
So,
and when you approached her about this transaction, like, how do you do that?
hey girl, we need to buy this Ferrari. Absolutely, that's what you do. I'm sure that's exactly what Tyler said.
Yeah. And so what was her reaction?
She's like, that sounds like a really terrible idea, but it's pretty on brand for you. And she said, why not?
So then you knew you picked the right one.
I certainly did.
So when you got your Veyron, another personal question I have, did you feel like you were like cooler than everyone? Like you had more swagger? Like you were just like on top of the world because you have your Bugatti now?
Well, being friends with Tyler, I already feel that way. And so this was actually brought me down a notch, I would say. Yeah. So
like I'm worried that he's going to be like way too cool for me now. Like, oh, here, carry my bags, babe. Like, you know, all the whole thing that comes when you come up in the world.
That's it. I mean, I'm just tripping over women getting out of the car. It's unbelievable, really. But nothing like a Lamborghini or...
There's no like attitude difference that you had when you pulled it up.
I don't know. It makes me feel a little taller. Do I look taller? Am I taller in a Bugatti?
So yeah, I guess Bugatti Veyrons do make you taller.
That's it. All over.
So why the Veyron and not the Chiron?
Because I can't afford a Chiron. And I think it's much cooler. I think it's more iconic. It stands for more with respect to the history of the automobile, and it's perfect.
Yeah, and not the Tribalion.
Not the Tourbillon, yes.
No. You say it better than
$5
I.
million.
Wait, so let's go through a lesson. Teach me how to say all these. The Veyron.
Yes. People are, Bugatti or Bugatti Veyron.
The Chiron.
And Tourbillon.
Tourbillon.
Yes.
I like this educational
From the watch part.
session.
That's right. That's right.
But I think that was a wise choice.
Yeah.
I think, and supporting your man.
Okay.
Really.
That's good.
It's really a nice gesture.
So if your girlfriend or wife asked you for 50 grand to buy a Bugatti, what would you say?
I would say hell no. Yeah, absolutely. No, it's not going to happen. But I'll buy it for you, baby. I will. Yeah, no, it's better to do that.
Is she here so I can let her know?
No, she isn't. I actually don't have one right now, so it works out well. I'm talking to somebody who's imaginary, so I can take my imaginary money and spend it on my imaginary girlfriend.
My fiance really needed a Bugatti Veyron, right?
So it was an emergency.
Emergency Veyron.
Got it.
But needed an extra $50,000 to make it happen.
It's U.S., not Canadian.
U.S., not Canadian, and asked me for that. We're not married yet, fiance still.
Okay.
And should I give it to him? Is it the right thing to do?
Let me. So professionally,
Yes.
I'm a certified financial planner.
Are you really?
I am.
Stop it.
No, I'm not.
Seriously?
I'm not kidding. So, I mean, what rate of interest did he offer you on this particular transaction? I mean, because you really got to consider short rates and the risk, right?
I didn't get any interest rates.
What?
Yeah.
None?
No.
Oh man. I think
No?
you got to rework this deal.
Should I tell him my
think
financial advisor decided against it?
Well, I mean, I'm not against it.
Okay.
But you need to be compensated for the risk that you're taking here, right? I mean, just look at him.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. I mean, that's 11.5% all day long.
Okay.
All day long. I mean, what do you think? CarMax Finance is going to give him 11.5%? No, you're giving him a great deal. That 11.5% says love.
I think
Right?
so.
It does.
I really do.
Yeah. So I would say, yeah, go ahead.
Right.
But you got to look out for number one.
I know. Is this dangerous waters? Is it going to stop ever? Or is it going to keep coming? Next, it's going to be like the Tribalion. I need some extra money for that.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that slippery slope. Yeah, you definitely. It's important. So look out for yourself.
Thank you. Do I owe you any money for this advice?
Well, we can sit down and talk about your overall financial plan, your risk, your reward, what your time horizon is, and we'll get you sorted out.
11.5%.
There you go.
Now, when you guys were first engaged, if he had asked you for $50,000 for the Bugatti.
Because that was my entire salary then. Never gonna happen.
Wouldn't happen.
No.
So,
5,000, maybe.
so is it a good idea to lend or not a good idea? If, let's say, I were to do this.
I think it is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It helps someone achieve like a lifetime goal.
Ah.
Yeah.
So you've known Tyler for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just, something happened and I want to make sure that I did the right thing, and I feel like you're the right person to ask.
Okay, I'm a little scared now. What's going on?
Okay, so Tyler got a new car.
Okay, that's not surprising.
Not surprising,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Bugatti Veyron.
Oh, okay, that is that's interesting.
Yeah, okay, well,
Okay.
okay. He needed a little extra money though. He needed an extra $50,000 to make the deal go through and happen. He didn't have it. So he asked me for that 50 grand extra to kind of help him cross the finish line. What should I do?
Oh, he asked. Okay. Oh, I thought he was going to ask me for that. I'm like, that's why I'm here. Okay.
Wait, you're going to ask me for money next?
Well, I was going to ask somebody because listen, gas is expensive now.
It's true.
Okay, my car is not good on gas.
You don't like electric cars?
No, electric cars wouldn't. If I would have made it here by next Wednesday, sure. But for you to give Tyler some money, I mean, I don't know what percentage. You know, are you trying to make some money or?
See, he didn't put that in the deal. He didn't say anything about an interest rate or percentage. I mean, should I be asking him for that?
Absolutely. So do you want to be like? He's basically like Elon Musk, and he's trying to sell you this dream.
That's sexier.
Listen, that's your words, not mine. But he's selling this dream of $50,000, so you too can get a Tesla Roadster for.
Wait, no, not a Tesla Roadster.
Well, no, I understand, but that's his version of a Tesla Roadster, and you just give him 50 grand, and then that money will just he'll forget about it in about a year. So sure.
I feel like this is guy math because there's girl math, and you just did guy math.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So what is it? What is it for? What's it? I didn't even ask what it's for.
For his Veyron.
Well, I mean, just for for floor mats or what is?
True story. For an oil change.
It's 50 grand for an oil change?
Is it? I don't know. Someone told me earlier it was. I think it would be like 30 or 40.
Either the Bugatti dealer is lying to him about the cost of an oil change, or he's lying to you about the cost of an oil change. Someone's lying in this equation.
So it was a good thing or a bad thing for me to give it to him?
Oh, you already gave it to him. Okay. Well, you know what? You guys are great together, and I'm sure that won't ever come up in an argument later on. I'm just saying, it's. I think it's probably okay.
I feel no different about it. Absolutely, maybe a little more nervous now.
No, you're good. You're all right.
Jimmy, from Jimmy's World. You bought Elvis's plane. Oh my gosh, what the heck? How do you get your hands on something like this?
By accident.
Okay, that works.
Yes, it came up for auction a couple years ago from Mecum, and it had been sitting in the desert for over 40 years.
Right.
Then it came up for auction, and I thought I would like to go into an insane amount of debt on a really poor choice, and so that's what I did. We ended up buying it for $234,000 as a decrepit, dilapidated, useless old airplane in the desert.
But you did some restoration.
Only to the outside. The inside is still exactly the way it was when we found it.
Time capsule inside. Now, Elvis bought this, in 76?
He bought it in December of 76, and then he sold it to the Sheikh of Saudi Arabia, and then it ended up changing hands a few more times before ending up in Roswell, New Mexico, where it was last flown in August of 1983.
Okay.
And then from there, it just kind of sat around for a long time.
It's going to sit around for a really long time because it's not flying.
No, it's not flying, but we do drive it. So this sits on a motorhome chassis, and you drive it from the pilot's seat. This is the only physical connection of the airplane, and this is the steering shaft right here. So it goes up, and then it comes over, and where the steering wheel would be, we adapted the yoke so it looks still like an airplane cockpit inside.
Nothing's towing this. You just drive it.
Drive it.
What made you think to do that was possible?
I guess I never thought that it was. I don't know. I was like, well, okay. So when I got it, the inside we had to save, and I figured, what is the craziest, most awesome way that we can do a build on this? let's drive it. And I'm not the first one to convert an airplane into a drivable vehicle, so I knew it was possible.
So wait, you're not the only crazy person on earth to do this?
Correct. There's at least 2 other crazy people out there that have done it before me, and they taught me their lesson, so we were able to get this thing done in about 18 months from the time I bought it till the time we were driving it down the highway.
What was the most difficult part about just making this kind of street legal?
Well, the street legal part was the easy part, because the VIN number follows the motorhome, and all we did was just do a small cosmetic restoration to the motorhome part of it.
Didn't know that.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see. Well, we're going to see it. Time capsule inside where Elvis actually sat in these velour seats.
Yeah, maybe. We don't know, because it was so late in his life that we don't, in full disclosure, we don't know if he was actually ever in the airplane and sat in it, but we have 100%, we know that he owned it.
So his name was on the title somewhere?
His name is on the title and the loan documents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go check it out inside. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, this is amazing. Red velvet. This, I could see Elvis in this, in these seats.
My favorite part, and we don't let other people do this. Oh, the tables. Yes.
That is amazing.
The very first thing I did, you want to guess what that was? I made a peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Because that's Elvis. Are you like a huge Elvis fan?
I am now.
Okay.
I was, I love Elvis and his music and the king of rock and roll. And the more that I learn about his life, the crazier it gets.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're famous all over the world and have more money than anyone else does, crazy stuff's gonna happen.
It does, and in bulk.
Wait, is there a microwave?
Yeah.
This is the original microwave. So this will actually like give you cancer if you turn it on in like 2 seconds, right? That's what I'm thinking.
Probably.
This is from like 1970.
Okay, no, we have to plug it into a ground power unit and then it turns on. That's what I was freaking out about.
Right.
Whenever we got it, before we cut it up, we plugged in external power to it, everything turned on. The TV up there turned on, the microwave turned on.
Right.
Of course, these lights are on now.
Tell me what you did up front to be able to drive it, because that just blows my mind. I still can't believe you can do that. Jimmy, seriously, you take this on the streets, like the highways in America.
Yes, right here is the key.
Okay.
And you turn this on. That's all the stuff there, and then you turn those on. We have all cameras right here so we can see all the way around it. And then the transmission is here. This is the steering. The gas pedal over here is where the rudder pedal was, and it's a fly-by-wire, so it's just a few wires.
That is okay.
The brakes are air brakes, so they're just flexible line that comes in and plugs in.
Right.
So we were able to plug everything in, and so we got all the different camera angles, all that stuff.
What is happening?
It's pretty awesome.
This is none of these are functional, right? They're just all for looks.
Windshield wipers are going. And then we have the radios turn on here whenever we plug the other ones in. So we have, if you look at the no smoking lights and the fasten seatbelt signs, I can turn those on from up here. And then this is the lights, so if you look down there, that is the lights right there. So you go, those lights.
So how do you go about getting like proper title, proper street legal? Because I feel like the DMV would look at you and be like, are you nuts? Like, go kick dirt.
Yeah, no, we haven't told them yet. So no, that's the magic thing is the motorhome chassis has the VIN number and the registration.
Right.
So it's a Freightliner motorhome is what it's called on the title and everything. So we just took the license plate off of the bumper, and then whenever we changed the bumper, we put the license plate back on to the same VIN number, same everything chassis. And all that's changed is the top living part, and it's a small cosmetic restoration.
That's what I like to hear.
How cool is that?
You know, so many old cars don't have cup holders.
These are useless though, because it's only the little tiny coffee cup that actually fits in here.
I don't
So
care.
the cup holders are pretty useless, but they're still awesome. And then we have, you gotta have the bobble Elvis.
What
This is
would
a turbulence indicator device?
do you think Elvis would dig this ride, or he'd be like, why'd you go through all the trouble?
Elvis is totally digging this ride. I talked to him about it just the other day. He's still alive.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
That was him knocking over the light.
I know. I met him out in Roswell, New Mexico, and then we brought it back to Graceland, and he thought it was the coolest thing ever.
And you were awake, or were you dreaming when that happened?
Yeah, no, we got it on film.
Oh, good. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's totally there.
I think you did a fantastic job. Is this the end of the line? Are you going to do anything more?
We're putting air conditioning in it.
Okay.
Because it's crazy hot in here when you drive this thing. It gets really toasty.
It is very hot. I love it. I love your passion. I love your vision. Congratulations. This is my favorite ride here at the Hilton Head Concourse.
Thank you so much.